Covalent compounds occur when we have two atoms that share electrons. Now, covalent compounds do not contain ions, and if we have the same elements, for instance, nitrogen and oxygen, they can actually produce more than one type of compound. So nitrogen and oxygen can form NO, or N2O, or NO2. Now, this means that when we name these covalent compounds, we need to be very careful to determine how many of each one of the elements we have. Now, naming covalent compounds follows two steps. The first is to name the more metallic element first. This is the element that is furthest to the left and bottom on the periodic table. We add a prefix to determine the number of those atoms. Then we name the other element, and we change its suffix, its ending, to "ide." And then we also include a prefix to denote the number of atoms of that element. Now, the prefixes vary for the first and the second. So for the first one, if there is only one of that element, we do not include a prefix. And then for two, we call it di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, nona, and then deca. For the second element, the last element in the compound, there we have the same prefixes, except if there's only one of that, we include a mono. Let's look at this in practice. So let's say we have N2O3. So nitrogen is on the periodic table furthest to the left. So we start off by just naming that nitrogen. There are two of those, so we call it dinitrogen. There are three oxygens, so we then say it's trioxygen, but we change the ending to "ide," so it's dinitrogen trioxide. The prefixes tell us how many of each one of these we have. Let's move on to CO. CO, we have carbon. Because it has only one carbon, we do not include a prefix here. But for the oxygen, we have to include the prefix. So we include mono. Now, often if we have two O's right next to each other, we actually we drop one of those and we only keep one. So it's carbon monoxide. So the mono means I have one oxygen, and the no prefix in front of the carbon means I also have one carbon. Now, these are examples of that adjacent vowels with oxide. So, for instance, monooxide becomes monoxide. But if I have an I, like di or tri, I keep that I. Then for tetraoxide, I drop the A, and for pentaoxide, I drop the A as well.